How's it going, everybody? Rich at Rivera Urban Homestead. I didn't do a video this weekend just because of Christmas. It was very busy. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas or a Happy Holiday or whatever else. Hopefully it was nice. You enjoyed some family and friends or whatnot. I had one thing happen to me Christmas Eve I'd like to show you guys first on this video. First time it's happened, so let me just show you. Oh yes, Christmas Eve, guys. I found my first 2 eggs from my new babies, and then I got another one the next day, probably from the other one. So starting to get a little bit of production. Little eggs at the moment, but they'll grow into size as they mature. So the chickens have produced some eggs so far. So that was our nice early Christmas gift. Thank you, chickens. Thank you. Alright, next thing we got to do is go out to the garden. Hello, Callie. What's that?
I need boots.
Do what? You need boots?
Yeah. Where's my boots to go?
In your room. Yeah. Meet me out there, okay?
Yeah,
Alright, so the next thing I wanted to do today after work in the garden is I'm going to harvest some of this kale. I've been eating kale in salads. I've juiced some of it. And well, I still got a whole lot of it. So I'm going to harvest some. I got some new pruners here for Christmas. Santa brought me. So I'm going to try these out. I'm going to harvest some of this kale, and we're going to try and make kale chips. I want to try and think of a different way of eating this kale. I mean, other than all the salads and the juicing I've been doing. So let me harvest it, and then we will go inside and try and make kale chips. Found your boots? Nice. What you gonna do now?
a seed packet.
What is it?
It's a seed.
A seed packet, huh? Cool. Okay, so when you're harvesting kale, what you want to do is you want to take one of the plants, and you want to take the bottom ones off. Those are the ones you want to harvest. Harvest from the bottom. Get this beautiful kale leaf. And then as you do that, it opens up the canopy underneath. And then these just continue to grow from the top. So harvest from the bottom, and your kale will just keep growing tall. Alright, so I got a big plastic bowl full of kale, and I got a little one of the more undesirable for us to make chips out of, so the chickens will get a load of kale too. They're out on the side of the house right now getting the last of their night scratching out of the way. I let them out, but this will be for in the morning when they wake up. And another cool little Christmas gadget I got is a new headlight. I use this a lot when I go lock the chickens in, or if I'm watering the garden when it's dark in the winter time and I still have to water. Let's see how bright it is. Not bad. Let's go see how it looks outside. Alright, let's go lock the chickens in. Bam. Not bad. Not bad at all. Works well. Hello, girls. Definitely not shining it right in their eyes. Okay, another thing Santa brought me is some knowledge. Grow all you can in 3 square foot. This will probably give me just some good ideas for the intensive gardening method. You know, just being able to utilize my, not necessarily 3 square foot, but just utilizing my beds more efficiently possibly. Something I am still going to get into, guys. I've been doing it on the side, just not video, and microgreens. Actually, I know I've been talking about the sunflower video. I need to get my butt in gear. I know. And this one, I'm actually pretty excited to read. Teeming with Microbes. The Organic Gardener's Guide to the Soil Food Web. That's going to be pretty interesting, actually. So, Santa thought I needed a little knowledge, so I appreciate it. Last but certainly not least, I know my Broncos didn't make it to the playoffs this year, but that's alright. You know I'll be rolling this next season. Little Von Miller action. Anyway, alright, let's go make some kale chips. Pause. Little stir-fried dinner for me first, and then we'll get to the kale chips. That looks awesome. Alright guys, first step on making the kale chips is wash them and dry them. Alright, first thing, just give them a quick rinse, and then we'll dry them off, and then we'll de-stem them. Okay, so de-stemming is really easy. Some of your bigger ones, you'll have a hardier stem on it, so you can like pull the leaves up, and they'll literally come off the stem. And once they snap up top, that's tender enough you can cook it and eat it. So again, just pull up. Once it snaps off, tender enough to eat. Alright, so there you go, de-stemmed, bigger pieces. You want them kind of big because they're going to shrink up when it heats up. And more chicken treats. All the stems, throw it right out there. Let it compost in that deep litter method. Okay, so I picked a lot more kale than I needed. But this we're going to use tomorrow night in dinner. So I just kind of laid out what we would need. So now we're going to oil it up, season it, and get it in the oven. Alright, so just throwing a little olive oil on there. And then we're going to just massage it all together. Some pepper.
Himalayan sea salt.
Yep, some of the pink Himalayan sea salt. Garlic powder, just a little. And some onion powder. Do whatever you want as far as seasoning. So the main thing is that olive oil, it's going to just rub it all in. The seasoning is going to stick better. We figured we'd do it right inside the bacon sheets versus like in a big bowl. Just a quick note, make sure when you're rubbing in the oil and the seasoning that it's covering all of it. The ends, the inners, just cover it all because that's going to help it crisp up.
And so you should have an oily sheen.
Nice and oily. Alright, so oven at 350. We'll put them in there. They say about 15 minutes. I don't know. We haven't done it before, so we're going to put them in 10 minutes. We'll come and check them, you know, maybe mix them around. So, okay, don't get jealous of my oven mitt. It's awesome. So, it's been about 10 minutes. Let's just take a quick look. Okay, so we took them out about 5 minutes early, and maybe it's because of our altitude where it's sea level here, maybe 2 feet above sea level, and the YouTube videos I watch, maybe they're at, I don't know, 2,000 feet above elevation, but that 350 at 15 minutes, I checked them at 10 minutes and this is how they are. I mean, they are nothing.
They'll make a great garnish though.
So I'm gonna say that our kale chip attempt, Mommy, you want to try and bite it?
Definitely crispy.
But it tastes like way burnt, kinda, right?
Actually, that one doesn't.
That one doesn't?
No.
Here's one of the dinosaur kale ones.
Yeah, but this can be a perfect garnish for something else. Like you have dried parsley leaves.
So anyway, our 15 minutes of fame on the kale chips, no bueno.
But perfect garnish, dried garnish for something else.
A dried garnish we made. Alright guys, it was just a Tuesday night at Rivera Urban Homestead. Have a good night. Good night, Mama. Thanks for being on the video.